Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are LA.
Welcome to Texas. This is Globe Life Park. The Angels, after an off day yesterday, kicking off a 3-game series against the Texas Rangers in hopes that 2-game sweep of the Philadelphia Phillies gains them some momentum. And speaking of which, the Angels 2 games back with Oakland losing yesterday to the Kansas City Royals. The Halos just nipping at the heels of the Athletics. As we welcome you inside Globe Life Park and back to Angels baseball here at Fox Sports West, along with Mark Kubica. I'm Victor Rojas. And you talk about momentum. You'd like to have an ace on the mound. Well, he may not be the official ace, but as far as stuff is concerned, Garrett Richards will suit just fine.
Yeah, Victor, he's been unbelievable his last 2 starts, especially his last time out. And take a look at our AT Uverse rewind. He was completely dominant for most of that game against Boston. Beginning part, first 6 innings, no hits allowed. His fastball, 97, 98, cut action, sink action. His slider was an excellent swing and miss pitch. Did not give up a base hit until the 7th inning because of that movement he had on all his pitches. He had guys swinging at sliders well out of the strike zone. When you add in when he did that start before against the Los Angeles Dodgers, you're talking about 16 and 3rd innings pitches, 1 earned run. He's been dominant this season against the Rangers. 3 wins, very good ERA, under 2. Nick Martinez is throwing the ball well against the Angels himself. Good fastball, very good curve, slider, changeup combination. They need to score early against Nick Martinez to keep that momentum going.
And Martinez, 3rd game, 2nd start of his career against the Angels. See what Garrett Richards can do against this Texas Rangers team that continues to struggle. We're just about ready for baseball here in Arlington. Sit back and relax. Lineups at first pitch when we return. Angels baseball is brought to you by CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. By the Fiat 500 1957 edition, return of the original. Visit FiatUSA.com to learn more. And by the UPS Store, your one-stop shop for your small business needs. Welcome back to Globe Life Park here in Arlington, Texas. And you thought you were in Vegas. No. You're deep in the heart of Texas right now. With plenty of Elvi, as I'm being told, is the plural for a bunch of Elvises around the ballpark.
Yeah, thank you for educating me on that.
I didn't know that. Now I do.
Appreciate that.
Lineup cards have been exchanged, and we'll see what the Angels can muster here in Texas. They have played well against the Texas Rangers all season long, an 8-2 record, and of course they had the big sweep of the Rangers prior to the All-Star break, and that's when things were going very, very well for the Angels offense, clicking on all cylinders. It has been sputtering since then, but somehow have managed to keep their heads above water and keep themselves in the hunt for the American League West with just 2 games back, as we just showed you.
Yeah, it's solid enough starting pitching, but the bullpen's been great. They've been catching the baseball, and when given the opportunity, they've come through with some clutch hits. Not a lot of hits, but clutch hits to be able to, just tread water from this point. But now it's going to be, for me, up to the offense to take control of this team, and that's the destiny of this club right now, how the offense goes.
Well, the Rangers taking the field here for the first of a 3-game set over the weekend, and we will take a look at Mike Scioscia's starting 9 for the Angels at 70-49 on the year. And currently out on the road, a 29-26 record. Cole Calhoun would lead things off. He's in right, Mike Trout at center. Albert Pujols at first base, Josh Hamilton in left. Howie Kendrick and Eric Ibar have flip-flopped in the order, so Howie will bat 5th, and Eric will bat 6th. Brendan Bosch back at DH, David Freese at 3rd, and Chris Seinetta will do the catching, and he will bat 9th as they take on the right hitter, 24-year-old Nick Martinez, native of Miami, Florida.
Yeah, Nick Martinez fastball is 90-95, sinks it well. Curveball, changeup, and a solid slider. Just 2-8 this season, although, like we showed in the open graphic, throwing the ball well against the Halos. It would be successful against Martinez. Top of the order success, the number 1 and 2 hitters this season against Martinez in the combined .317. Especially with Calhoun and Trout at the top, and use that short porch in right field. The ball is going to carry very well in right to right center field. Drive the ball that way. He will pitch away against you. Use that part of the field.
Take a look at the defense for the Texas Rangers. Adduci in left, Martin in center, Rios in right. The infield has Beltre, Andrews, Odor, and Carp from 3rd to 1st. Giovanni Soto behind the plate.
And Odor very athletic at second base. We saw him earlier just before the All-Star break, but has struggled of late as far as fielding his position. 3 errors in the last 5 games at second base. Only had 1 in his previous 41, and we saw him make some outstanding plays in that 4-game series here in Arlington before the All-Star break.
Nick Martinez, a product of Hialeah, Florida, just outside of Miami, went to Fordham. 18th round pick back in 2011 by the Texas Rangers, and a guy that had not seen big league action prior to this year, but has done a nice job filling in for them. And considering all the players and injuries that this Texas Rangers team has had, they continue to set new records for themselves, not only from a team standpoint, but from a Major League Baseball standpoint. They're on the verge of breaking the all-time players used in a season. That's how bad it's been for the Texas Rangers. Our first pitch of tonight is being delivered by the UPS stores. Cole Calhoun ready to lead things off, hitting .288, 12 home runs and 34 runs batted in, and the first one is a little bit high. Chris Cuccione calling the balls and strikes tonight. Eric Cooper at first, Tom Hallion, crew chief, he's at second, and Hal Gibson at 3rd base, the umpiring crew for this series. 2 balls, no strikes. Cole on Wednesday went 1 for 4. Keeps his hitting streak alive, but he had a stretch in which he had multi-hit games at 4 straight.
You know what? He's in a very good hitter's count right now, and he had a great batting practice session today.
Takes a strike. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Martinez had a start against the Angels on June 21st. 2 runs, 3 hits, and 7 innings of work. Now it rocketed into the seats. Evens up the count at 2-2. Being told that the Braves had taken a 2-0 lead on the Oakland Athletics. Home runs by Justin Upton and Evan Gattis. But as we pointed out the other day in the pregame show, that's all fine and good. The Angels have to take care of their own business.
Exactly. If you swing the bats the way they're capable of doing, everything will take care of itself.
Breaking ball missing low, and it's a full count with Trout on deck. Last start for Martinez on the 10th. That was at Houston. Went 5 innings in that one. Picked up the win. 88 innings of work, 104 hits, 44 strikeouts, and 40 walks. As this one's back up the middle, the Angels have their leadoff man on board.
And the Hyundai key to this game against Texas. Luke Bryan, roller coaster. Looking for the offense to get going. Similar to what we saw, the offense getting rolling down here just before the All-Star break in that 4-game series. Led by this man right here, Mike Trout. Crushed the ball extremely well, get him back on track. Worked a lot with Don Baylor today as far as getting that swing back. Look for him to have a big game here tonight.
Cole with that base hit extends his hitting streak to 6 games. As Trout settles into the batter's box, .294 average for Mike. 27 home runs, 85 runs batted in. And he promptly looks at a strike. Trout 4 for 29 on the homestand. And 0 for 8 in the 2 games against Philadelphia. They really pitched him in. Got ahead with that first pitch strike, and then they drove those fastballs in on the hands of him, jammed him quite a bit. Skies this one out toward shallow right center field. Rios comes in. The right fielder will make the catch for the first down. But Calhoun remains at first. First down of the ball game recorded, and Albert Pujols coming to the plate.
Boy, Pujols hitting .382 against Texas this season.
Quick check in of Calhoun. Albert hitting .273, 22 home runs, 73 RBIs. Picked up his 31st double, the 6th inning of Wednesday night's game.
A lot of room to that right side of the infield with the shift on against Pujols.
First pitch strike. Two outings, as we mentioned, for Martinez. A total of 9 2/3 innings against the Angels. 5 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Giving up a leadoff single to Calhoun and getting Trout to hit a fly ball to right. Start off this ball game as Albert lifts one out toward right center. 2 down.
Martinez coming inside on both Trout and Pujols, but they just missed those two.
Unfortunately for the Angels over the last couple of weeks, we've said that quite a bit.
Surprising when they get themselves in good hitters counts and they still have pulled off and not quite squared up the baseball.
Combination of some good pitching. And also part of it, some guys pressing a little bit. As Hamilton gets a smattering of boos here. He'll look at his strike. .268 average for Josh, 8 home runs, 35 runs batted in since the All-Star break. A .215 batting average with 9 RBI. Odor, the second baseman, out at shallow right. Quick throw, and Cole is back in there.
Martinez with 1 pickoff this year has allowed 2 stolen bases in 6 attempts. Very difficult to steal against. More of a situation where you'll put a hit and run on more so than a straight steal against him.
In the dirt. Evens up the count now. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Still a lot of room on that right side of the infield for Hamilton, with Odor almost playing right behind Carp at first.
Martinez has struggled here in this ballpark this year. 0-4 with a 7.86 ERA. Hamilton takes the strike on the inside corner. In the hole now at a ball and 2 strikes.
He's given up 14 home runs in his 88 innings pitched coming into this game.
6 here, 8 out on the road. Called big lead over at first base. 2 outs. Rolling foul on the slow breaking ball. They'll reset and do it again. Texas, of course, with all of their injuries and the struggles that they've had, bring up the rear in the American League as far as pitching staffs are concerned. A 4.81 staff ERA. Starters at 5.14. The relievers at 4.23. That's a called strike 3. So a leadoff single stranded at first. We'll head to the bottom of the first with no score. Is concerned, the first of 3 this weekend here in Arlington. No scores. We begin the bottom of the first inning. We'll take a look at Ron Washington starting 9 for the Texas Rangers at 47 and 74 for Texas this year. Shin-Soo Choo will lead things off. He's the DH. Elvis Andrus at short. Mike Carp, newly acquired. He's at first base. Adrian Beltre, the cleanup hitter, at third. Alex Rios at right. Leonis Martin, the center fielder. Giovanni Soto, the catcher. Jim Aducci in left field. And Rougned Odor will bat 9th and play second base. Taking on Garrett Richards, who comes into this one with a 12-4 record and an ERA of 2.54.
He's doing very well on the road. Also 7-2 with an ERA of 1.91 for Richards. His fastball, slider have been outstanding, but the keys for Richards against this Texas club, pace is important. Make sure you don't waste a lot of energy, especially being this hot, and continue to attack the zone with all your pitches, especially that fastball, slider, and curveball.
Playing field pretty much in the shade now as Choo rips one in left field for a leadoff single. Hamilton gets the baseball back in, so first pitch swinging is Shin-Soo Choo, and he picks up a leadoff knock. Take a look at the Angels defensively. Josh Hamilton at left, Mike Trout at center, Cole Calhoun at right. The infield has David Freese, Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, and Albert Pujols from third to first. Chris Iannetta behind the plate.
And Josh Hamilton out in left field, the spot he's so familiar with here in Texas while playing for the Rangers. In a number of the games in left field in 2010, 2011. We'll see every game in left field for the Angels this season. But I asked him before the game which he preferred, center or left. He loves center because of more action, but loves to get the read off the bat in left field.
Elvis Andrus takes downstairs. The shortstop comes in batting .272 with a couple of home runs and 32 runs batted in. Anderson swung to bat well in the month of August. Just over a .305 batting average. Batting average had dipped down into the 260s. Cole Calhoun playing shallow toward the foul line in right. Trout toward the alley a little bit in right center field. Hamilton straight up and left. Little infielders Ibar and Kendrick playing in a couple of steps. And that one is off the plate. It's 3-0.
Look, a pretty good pitch. That late movement on the fastball. Catching that outside corner, but did not get the call against Andrews. Now behind 3-0.
Three and one. Richards' last start was the beginning of the marathon. 19-inning game on Saturday. Went 6 1/3 in that one. 3 runs, 1 earned, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. Chu takes off. Andrews bounces one to the right side. Howie redirects, picks it up, fires to first. Andrews retired for the first out as Chu advances into scoring position.
Look at our top ERA leaders, MLB, since June 1st. Clayton Kershaw with 1.16 ERA. King Felix 1.40. Cole Hamelson's throwing the ball very well for the Phillies, coming back from his shoulder issue, 1.44. And Garrett Richards, 4th best, with a 1.74. Opening leaders in Major League Baseball as far as ERA since June 1st.
Mike Carp takes upstairs. Started the season with the Boston Red Sox. Just picked up by the Texas Rangers. Playing in his 10th game as a Ranger. Overall hitting 186. 5 doubles, a triple, 10 RBIs. He went around. Evens up the count at 1-1. Richards making his 4th start against Texas. 3-0 mark and a 1.89 against Texas this year.
Well, it's that good sink action on his fastball. Carp committed to that pitch, not even close to the zone.
Chu leading off the bottom of the first with a base hit and moving to second on the ground down. Carp with a 1-2 count. Beltre on deck. No score. At the bottom of the first. A windy, warm afternoon, early evening here in Texas. 96 degrees now. As Carp goes down swinging for the second out.
Oh, what a nasty slider after a couple real good sinking fastballs. Slider at 88. Swing and miss. The perfect location for this pitch. Even if Carp makes contact, he's going to pull that one foul off his foot.
So 2 outs and a man in scoring position, and Adrian Beltre coming up. Rangers all-star hitting .314 on the year. And he'll promptly looking to strike. Beltre's had his issues since the all-star break. Now granted, this lineup is devoid of anybody or any protection for Adrian Beltre. Andrews at just .245 since the break. Remember, going into the all-star break, he was at or near the top as far as batting average was concerned in the American League, hitting .337. Dipped down to .314 now.
You know, when you're going through the scouting report on a lineup as far as the pitching staff, this is the guy you're circling, saying we cannot allow him to beat us. So you're going to force him to swing at pitches out of the strike zone. After a while, even as good as you are, you start to press and chase pitches out of the zone.
Beltre fouls it back, and it's an 0-2 count. His .314 average good for 5th in the American League. Jose Altuve of the Astros still leads with a .337 average. But in a tough season, the one bright spot for Texas, offensively anyway, Beltre, everyday guy at third base for him. His 108th game as that one misses outside.
If he continues at this pace, and he hasn't slowed down at all in his career, you have to consider him as a Hall of Famer at some point, especially with the great defense, the amount of hits and RBIs and home runs.
Certainly getting to that point, that's for sure. 1-2 count with 2 outs. Chu, big lead at second. Beltre punches one to the right side. Howie has it go off his glove into right. Chu will come in to score, and Texas strikes early. It is 1-0 Rangers. Leadoff single for Texas comes around to score. And Alex Rios will bat with 2 outs now.
Beltre just going with that pitch. The slider was down, not a bad spot. Just punched it by Howie. At that point, a lot of times as an infielder, you're not even necessarily thinking in terms of essentially making a play. Just trying to knock that ball down if he can. And Howie tried to, diving, but off his glove and into the outfield.
There's Rios. So it's be a surprise that Rios still wearing a Rangers uniform. He banded about quite a bit in the July 31st non-waiver trade deadline. But still here in Texas, hitting .288, 4 home runs, 46 RBIs. Evens up the count. First inning run for Texas. Rangers playing from behind now. Did so in the 2 games against Philadelphia before battling back. Check that. They took a 1-0 lead early now as Rio shoots one down the right field line. That is a foul ball. Just tailed foul. Eric Cooper, the first base umpire, with the call.
Swim with the fastball. He went away with it, just missed about a couple feet. Never know down in that corner from our vantage point. The way you can tell is the way Rios stayed towards that home plate area.
Blind spots for the broadcast area up here, both in the right field and left field corners. There's a good shot at. And a 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 18 pitches thrown by Garrett. 11 strikes, 7 balls. Off the end of the bat, up the third base side. Richards fields it, fires to first.
Well played by Garrett. Way to get off the mound. He got himself a good throwing position.
Texas strikes for a run on a couple of hits. One to the second. Rangers lead at 1-0. Kendrick to lead things off. He'll be followed by Eric Ibar and then Brendan Bosch. Nick Martinez gave up a leadoff single in the first inning to retire the next 3 on the fly balls to shallow right. Hamilton striking out looking. Howie had 282 on the year. First pitch strike. Kendrick had a 2 RBI single in the 6th inning of Wednesday's game. Perfectly placed sand wedge down the right field line. So he fouls this one back to the right. It's an 0-2 count. Braves had opened it up on the Oakland Athletics now 5-0 in the 3rd.
Yeah, Phil Mickelson would have been proud of how he's shot down the right field line. It drove in 2 runs the other day.
Howie since the All-Star break at .253 batting average. 7 runs batted in. Nybar struggling. Scioscia flip-flopping to 2. Called strike 3. 1 down.
And Mike Scioscia is wondering if that pitch was high. It looked like it was a little bit out of the strike zone. Back-to-back strikeouts looking both high called strikes. And just above the strike zone according to our Fox tracks. Well, 2 of the most important guys in this lineup, the reason why the club was hitting the ball so well in the first half, were Eric Aybar and Howie Kendrick. And they've slowed down, especially as far as driving in runs here in the second half. Important to get them going.
Eric hitting .266 now with 6 home runs and 52 runs batted in still. 2 runs batted in since that break. And it's been an issue that's been contagious 1 through 9. And leaving up the count. Breaking pitch missing upstairs. Eric ahead of the count at 2-1. I think that stuck out for the Angels as far as their scoring is concerned. This one shot to the alley in left center, but Adduci is there for out number 2. Is the fact that they've not spread out their scoring. It's just seems like we go back to Wednesday's game. 3 runs in the 6th inning. The night before that, the 7 runs in the 6th inning. Whereas before the All-Star break, they will score multiple runs in different times throughout the game. That has not necessarily been the case.
And the way this team is set up, especially the strength now being a very deep and strong bullpen, with the need to get those earlier runs allows Mike Scioscia to work around starters if they're going 5, 6 innings, potentially 7 innings. Much better chance of winning a game by spreading out that offense, especially earlier in the game for him.
Brennan Bosch 3 for 17 in the big leagues this year with a double and 2 runs batted in. A couple of RBIs Wednesday, his first 2 of the season. Pulls this one foul. 1-2 now. Back to that off-speed pitch. For leaving up the count. Martinez has retired 5 in a row since the leadoff single to Cole. Trying to execute a shutdown inning with Texas scoring him a run in the first. Check swing. Went around. Alec Gibson rings him up. That's a 1-2-3 second. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Texas leading at 1-0. This game is being powered by Energy Upgrade California. Manage energy and help California stay golden. Visit energyupgradeca.org. Richards to face Martin, Soto, and Adduci here in the second inning. Notice Martin looks at a strike. The center fielder hitting .259, 5 home runs, 29 runs batted in. Ron Washington using Martin this year anyway towards the bottom part of the order. The pass, he's used him near the top and or in that leadoff spot. This one over to short. Ibar gets rid of it quickly, and Martin is retired for the first out.
Martin coming into that bat 4 for 12 versus Richards. Always a good guy to keep off the bases. Runs well. 20 stolen bases, but has been caught 9 times.
I think the Texas Rangers still trying to figure out what type of player Leonys Martin is going to be or eventually become at the major league level. He's been tantalizing. Good speed, good glove, good defense at times, but has also let a lot of letdowns both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, very strong throwing arm, but a number of errors as a center fielder, 6 of them.
2 balls, no strikes on Soto, the catcher, playing out his 8th game. Bulk of the season on disabled list. Surgery in his knee, left cartilage tear. As he rips this one to left field, and there's a base hit. Well struck by Soto. 3rd hit allowed by Richards, puts a man on for Adduci. Hey folks, coming up later in the game, we'll bring you the AT fan photo of the game, but we need your help. Tweet us your photo using hashtag WestFanPhoto. It could be shown in an upcoming game broadcast. Speaking of AT&T, there it is. Mammoth facility of the Cowboys.
They're there tomorrow night.
Adduci hits a one-hopper to Kendrick. Looked like Howie slipped there a little bit, but it'll be a 4-6-3 inning-ending double play. Soto ends up sliding about 15 feet before the bag. Proper slide. We'll head to the 3rd. Still down 1-0. Halos down 1-0. Texas scoring that run in the bottom of the first inning. 8-9-1 coming up here in the third against Nick Martinez. Want to remind you that groups of 20 or more can enjoy Angels baseball for as low as $8 per seat. This year, take advantage of the exclusive group hat collection for select series. To book your outing today, just call 888-796-HALO or log on at angels.com/groups.
I'll tell you what, if I'm David Freese right now, I've seen what Martinez has done so far in this game. A lot of first pitch fastballs and for strikes. Look for a fastball out over the plate, and the power that David Freese has, drive that ball to right center field.
The aforementioned first pitch strike from Nick Martinez. He's retired 6 straight since opening up the game, giving up the single to Calhoun. David hitting .257. 6 home runs and 40 runs batted in. 1-for-2 game on Wednesday with a single and a walk. And off the plate for ball 2. South wind blowing here in Arlington as you get the jet stream out toward right center. Mostly if you hit it on the line. If you hit a towering shot, it'll get knocked down by that wind.
You would think that would play right into the hand for David Freese. He hits the ball so well that way.
Looks like he was trying to take a shot out toward right. Ball hit a fan that was walking down the steps, club seats. Hopefully she's all right. Rolls this one over to Beltran, reaching for the breaking ball. There's the first down of the third. It'll bring up Chris Iannetta. I know it was Wednesday, perhaps even Tuesday, we were talking about Mike Scioscia not wanting to change the lineup, and why would you? Veteran guys for the most part. Got the job done in the first half, but if this continues, this offensive struggle that this team continues to be on, but at some point you do have to just mix it up one day, just to come off the wall, mixing guys up and just see if you can change it up a little bit.
You might force him to do so.
The other thing the Angels have not done a whole lot of either, really, to be perfectly honest with you, with the struggles, is the fact that haven't run a whole lot. Now they face a couple of guys that have held runners well, or there's been a catcher behind the plate that's got a good arm, good ratio of throwing out would-be base stealers. Hit and runs really have been non-existent for the most part.
Yeah, I was asking Mike Scioscia exactly that point today, as far as, are you going to try to run more? I mean, tonight it seemed like a more difficult task with Martinez and Soto combination, but they will hit and run when they give him the opportunity.
Out to right center, it's a base hit. Snaps a string of 7 in a row, retired by Martinez, and it puts a man on for Calhoun.
And he says basically, yes, we love to run more, but we just don't want to run for the sake of running the one out. You want to pick your spots, pick the counts. But certainly hit and run is, especially when you're in the right hit and right type count, when you're ahead of the count, forcing the pitcher to throw a fastball where you can hit the ball on the ground. You will see that tonight.
And I agree. For the most part, I think most people would agree that you don't want to give away outs. There's no question about that. But I think when you start to struggle and it starts to manifest itself where it's not just one guy, but it seems to be an entire lineup, you got to take a chance. You see other teams taking chances, and the teams that don't have a whole lot to play for, maybe that's why they're taking chances. But if you're trying to change the mojo around a little bit as they pitch out, nothing's happening here. Odd to pitch out too with Chris Iannetta at the plate.
He was first pitch. Ron Washington, I think, was anticipating a hit and run. So everything was different. Even if you're going on that one, you're not going to go as any base stealer. Slide step, which he hasn't used. You take something off the pitch. Usually will tip your hand as a base runner against a pitcher that something else is on. You got to keep your same delivery to sell that, especially on a pitch out.
Cole hooks one down the right field line. That'll go for extra bases. Iannetta got a good jump from first base. The carom is misplayed by Rios, but Iannetta gets stopped at third base. It's a double for Calhoun, a multi-hit game for him. And the Angels have runners at second and third with one out, and Trout coming to the plate.
We talked about the success of the number 1 and number 2 hitter in a lineup against Martinez. Combined .316 with 3 home runs and another base hit. This time an extra base hit for Cole Calhoun. As a rake down to the corner, but they carry him right back to Rios. Even though he bobbled it, there's no way Gary DiSarcina can send Iannetta home, especially when you got Trout coming up.
Infield back for Texas. Trout a fly ball to shallow right in the first. So he's 0 for 1. Skies this one to right field. Rios trying to get behind the baseball is there, makes the catch. Iannetta tags. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's up the line, and we're tied at 1. Sac fly for Mike Trout, picking up his 86th run batted in.
Not quite the arm that Rios used to have. He got underneath that throw and elevated. Didn't quite have the same zip that we've seen before. When Alex Rios had one of the strongest throwing arms as a right fielder in all of baseball.
Calhoun ends up at third base. Now they're 2 outs.
The 43rd career RBI for Trout versus Texas.
Albert looks at strike 1. He had a fly ball to right himself in the first inning. Martinez, the youngster, working from the stretch with 2 outs and a man at third. And that fastball in off the plate, 0-2.
That's exactly what got him that first at bat.
Well, you're a pretty good fastball hitting team. Teams will try to do things to alleviate that. We've seen a lot of pitches on the inside part of the plate, especially to the middle part of the order. Trout specifically. Albert has seen his share. Hamilton, all of a sudden, instead of getting slow stuff away, has been seeing a lot of firm stuff inside. They've scratched out a run here in the third inning. A single, a double, and a sac fly to tie this one up. Go ahead run standing at third. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Three strikeouts for Martinez, no walks.
Back-to-back fastballs in off the plate. More likely that when you backed it up with another fastball, that means you're going to try to throw a slider away. See if Albert can score Cole Calhoun. Already with 2 hits in this game.
Now the payoff pitch. Nope. Time was called at the last second by Pujols and granted by Chris Guccione. It was a long hold for Martinez for the man at third base.
And he's almost going through his follow through. At that point, you let the baseball go.
Is that no conviction there when you hold it that long?
Yeah, that means maybe I don't want to throw that pitch.
3-2, and he bounced the breaking ball.
Didn't seem like he was committed to that pitch either.
So runners at first and third, 2 outs, and here comes Mike Maddox for the first time tonight. It's been a tough year for Maddox. A lot of young arms, a lot of players that even Hall of Fame broadcasters for the Texas Rangers hadn't even heard of in spring training. As Eric Nadel told us before the game, they weren't even what they calls jigs in spring training. The just in cases in spring training. You know, you get that list of players that are on the trip.
Yes, indeed.
He hadn't even heard of some of these guys.
Some of those guys have the same exact number.
Yep. Yeah, that's always fun to do.
Oh, yeah.
That's many guys that they've used this year. There it is, 56 club record. And more than likely will break that Major League Baseball record. Amazing thing is the Angels, where they're at with 49.
And 21 games over 500 with all that movement.
Hamilton at the plate with runners at the corners. Takes down and in. Got some new lumber in today. He's all excited about it too. I've never seen it. Kind of cool the way they got the bat painted. Looks like a normal ash bat, right? It's a maple bat.
Is it really?
Yeah. I thought the exact same thing during batting practice. I asked him. I said, no, it's maple. I didn't know they could do it. Make it look that way. He bounces that breaking ball. It's 2 balls, no strikes.
All of a sudden, Martinez doesn't have a feel for his breaking ball. It's a good count for Hamilton to try out that new bat. Get a fastball and see if he can drive it.
Cole with a big lead at third base. Beltre way off the line. He's playing between the third and shortstop hole. And it's 3-0 now.
It's in a zone for Josh to be able to do some damage. I'm all for him going and swinging 3-0 here. Get a pitch right in that spot where you can take a good pass at it.
Like that one. 3-1.
Break down the heart of the plate.
Albert ends up taking second base. Soto not paying attention.
Fifth stolen base for Pujols. 5 of 6.
Now Carp, the first baseman, is out on the outfield grass toward the line with Hamilton up. 3-1 pitch. Good pass it down, but fouls it off the glove. Full count.
No delayed steal. That's one thing that Mike Scioscia said before the game. They might indeed try a delayed steal or 2 today in this game.
And it all goes off of what the catcher does. If the catcher has a tendency to drop to a knee, it's almost impossible, unless you're Benito Santiago, to throw down to second base. And that's exactly what Albert saw. He took his extended lead, stayed right there. As soon as Soto dropped that left knee, gone.
Plus, as an infielder, you're reading your catcher too, and you're not even in position to cover the base.
I don't even think Andrus broke for the bat.
No, he was in the same position.
Payoff pitch to Hamilton. He strikes out swinging, and the Angels are down here in the third. But they do tie it up on a sac fly by Trout. We'll head to the bottom of the third in a 1-1 tie.
Ram Trucks. It's Texas throwing out the first pitch of the game, and that's avoiding the middle part of the plate for sure. Looked like my last pitch in the major leagues, just a bit outside.
Well, I tell you what, if you're talking about mechanics, she looked good. They were fluid.
Yes.
There's a big at the bottom of the third, and no visit from Mike Mannix either on that first pitch ceremony.
Bottom line is, you weren't going to hit that pitch, though.
No, that by definition was a purpose pitch. 9-1-2 for Texas here. The third, Odor, Chu, and Andrews. Rougned Odor, the second baseman, hitting .259 with 5 home runs, 26 runs batted in. Youngster certainly made a mark on Ron Washington. Potential to be a guy that's in that starting lineup on opening day 2015. Remember, Jerks and Profar was scheduled to be the everyday second baseman, with Kinsler being shipped off to Detroit. Profar got hurt. He's been out all year. And Odor, who many said was probably a better prospect at the time, comparatively speaking, to Profar, has stepped in, hasn't looked overwhelmed.
A tough decision to make next year. Yeah. Or do they entertain offers for Elvis Andrews at shortstop?
Yeah, no question. Big breaking ball drops in there for strike 3, and there's the first out for Garrett Richards. Second strikeout for the right-hander. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Shin-Soo Choo, 1 for 1, single to left as he looks at a strike. This one lifted to left. Hamilton moving back on it is there. 2 down. Getting back to the Odor Profar thing. It's not a bad problem to have, considering that Odor on opening day next year will be 21. And Profar will be 22.
Some veterans.
Yep. But they would have to move that big contract of Elvis Andrews from the shortstop position to do that. Speaking of which, there's Andrews. Down year for him. 14 errors, too, on the defensive side of things. Grounded out to Kendrick in the first. He's 0 for 1.
When you're looking at home, you're seeing Garrett Richards with basically sleeves on in this warm day. A lot of times you'll see pitchers wear sleeves in these type of conditions because of the sweat going down. It goes down to your fingers and your hands, becoming slick. Remember Dennis Leonard? You remember him as a kid, probably watching Kansas City Royal games in the hottest days in Kansas City. He would always wear sleeves because of that reason. Didn't want to have the sweat go on the baseball. Wouldn't be able to control it.
Those were the comfortable wool sleeves that they used to have back in those days.
Yes, very, very comfortable.
Certainly wasn't wicking moisture away from your body. More like entrapping it.
Those things would weigh a lot after the course of about 2 or 3 innings of pitching out there in that AstroTurf. Wow, that's a pitch.
Yep.
That's a nasty fastball.
His heart was in it. His body, not so much. Still tied at 1. Kendrick, Ibar, and Bosch coming up for the Angels here at the top of the 4th inning in a 1-1 tie.
Well, you're going back to that fastball that Richards threw. And Andrews realizing with that movement on the fastball, all he was hoping to do was just to foul it off, not committed to the swing. Nasty movement at 96 for Richards.
Nick Martinez delivers high for ball 1. That'd be a telephone booth swing.
Yes. Everyone's screaming that in the dugout for sure. Because everyone's always so kind in that dugout, saying nice things about the opponent.
It's become a lot mellower, has it not, though?
Yeah, there's not as much of that going on in the dugout as it used to be.
Yeah.
Whether it's because players move around a lot more, or represented by the same age, or whatever, they're friends, whatever the case is. But there used to be a lot of stuff said during the course of a game that was pretty funny,
especially at the minor league level.
Yeah, and you could hear that for miles away. You could be a right fielder to hear what's being said in the dugout.
Howie Kendrick 0 for 1, a strikeout victim. As he hits this one sharply to Elvis Andrews. One hopper. One away.
Now it's time for Coors Light Cold Hard Facts. Manfred takes over as commissioner, as he was voted unanimously by the team owners yesterday. Current MLB chief operating officer will be the 10th commissioner in Major League history. Bud Selig served from 1992. Early on for Bud Selig, certainly some tough times as far as the strikes, World Series, but from that point forward, a lot of prosperity in baseball under Bud Selig.
We'll see how it plays out for Mr. Manfred and Major League Baseball. I hope that the harmony between both ownership and players continues. It's been a nice go-around for quite some time. Up and in. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Ibar hit a fly ball to left in the 2nd. Martinez faced 6 batters in the 3rd inning. Gave up the 1 run, but struck out Hamilton with runners at 2nd and 3rd in that frame. 3-1 now. Brennan Bosch on deck. Good rip by Eric. Full count now. Do you sense a little bit of the guys tonight? Again, maybe pulling off just enough. It looks like Martinez's fastball, 92, 93, but fairly straight.
Yeah, I mean, that's generally a speed where hitters like to time a fastball, especially he's elevated a lot of fastballs upstairs. But yeah, pulling off some pitches. Like that one there, just pulled off enough. That's a ball that normally Eric would hit hard to left center field. And talking with Don Baylor before the game about that subject, a lot of guys kind of looking through their swing, almost like you would see at a golf course where you're looking at your drive. Bottom line is you want to keep your eyes on the baseball all the way through your swing and then start the running process. But when you're already looking up to see where you hit the ball, chances are you've pulled off the baseball.
So 2 outs, nobody on for Bosch. DH. It's jammed and pops it up. Beltre puts it away, and the Angels go down very quietly in order here in the 4th. We'll head to the bottom of the inning, still tied at 1.
Orioles, and I accept Buddy Black's challenge. Lucky it's 95 degrees here, buddy. I'm kicking your right now. But I'm going to pass the challenge to Alfredo Griffin, Dino Ebel, and Steve Solis, our coaches. So we'll get those guys in line up. Happy to do it. Buddy, I'll be in touch.
The ALS Ice Bucket Challenge that's been sweeping the nation. And that was Mike Scioscia before the game today. You saw Mike Trout and Jason Grilli was there as well. Fredo, who's right there, along with Soli and Dino, will supposedly do this tomorrow, trying to raise awareness as well as funds for Lou Gehrig's disease.
And Soch told me today he wasn't quite ready at that point. He was trying to prepare himself, but it was already poured on him at that point. As you can tell, the shock from the ice bucket.
I think it's better off that way.
Probably.
Get a natural reaction as Carp swings and misses, and it's an 0-2 count. Carp a strikeout victim in the first. 1 of 3 for Richards. The tie decided order for the first time in the third inning. That's a called strike 3 on the outside corner for the first out.
One of the few curveballs that Gehrig has thrown. That was a perfect one in the outside corner at 78. He's done a lot of good sliders. But this big 12-6 break on a curveball, called third strike, benefit of the doubt, in the outside corner.
There's Beltre, an RBI single for him in the first inning. Getting him now 63 runs batted in.
.555 career hits for Beltre.
This one out toward right field, not hit very deep, and it's going to fall in there. Big swing and off the end of the bat. So Beltre with 2 hits tonight.
And with a swing like that, you're going to freeze an outfield, especially in this ballpark, and that looks like what happened with Cole. That's a pretty good indication how much movement Richards has on the fastball. Going away from off the end of the bat, falls in for a base hit.
Rios 0 for 1. Rolled one up the third base line softly that Richards made a nice play on to end the first inning. Texas with a run in the first. The Angels tied it in the third. Way outside, ricochets off that brick wall back behind home plate. And it's a wild pitch. It puts a man in scoring position. Not much Iannetta could do on that one.
22nd wild pitch season for Garrett Richards. Overthrown fastball. Cut action on the fastball. Gets away from Iannetta off that brick wall. Goes down the third base line.
One ball, one strike on Rios. Pulls this one foul up the third base line. Just wide of the bat.
Unfortunate thing with that wild pitch, it takes Rios out of a potential ground ball double play situation where he's grounded into 16 this season.
And again, another defensive swing there by Rios. It's in the hole now, 1-2. In case you're wondering, Atlanta still leading Oakland 5-2. That game's in the bottom of the 5th inning. Now headed to the 6th. Seattle continues to play good baseball. Lead the Tigers 6-1. Has an impact not only in American League Central, but also the American League West and the wild card. As Rios fouls it back. Kansas City just picked up a 3-run double Josh Willingham, their new acquisition in Minnesota, and former Twin, now lead at 5-2 over the Twins. That game's the top of the fourth. Orioles with a half-game lead over the Tigers in the Central. Seattle at the start of the day, then 7.5 back in the West. This one driven out to center. Trout back a couple of steps is there. Makes the catch. Beltre tags. Trying to go to third and throws up the line a little bit. But there are 2 outs. Folks, the Trout Farm presented by the Smile Generation is the official cheering section for Mike Trout. Fans sitting in this section receive an exclusive Trout Farm hat and fish sticks and thunder sticks. For more info and to purchase your tickets, log on to Angels.com/Trout Farm.
Smart decision by Adrian Beltre to tag up on that play, especially because the fact is that Garrett has 22 wild pitches. So now you potentially take that hard slider away from Richards with a man on third here.
There's Martin. Grounded out to Eric Ibar's first time up. Breaks his bat, loops one to short. That'll do it. Boy, sawed him off. The barrel ends up between the mound and first base. 4 completed Texas. Still tied at 1. Baseball is brought to you by Sin City, A Dame to Kill For, in theaters everywhere, August 22nd. By Time Warner Cable, enjoy better. Call 1-855-1TWC. By the 2014 Camry at your Toyota dealer today, we make it easy. And by AT U-verse TV, mobilizing your world. It's dipped down to 94 degrees here as we start the 5th inning. Tied at 1, triple digits over the weekend. But it's a dry heat. The humidity not quite there as it normally is.
It's the dry heat.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Just think cool thoughts.
Yes.
David Freese, Chris Iannetta, and Cole Calhoun for the Angels here in the 5th inning. 8-9-1. Listen, Nick Martinez, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, 3 hits allowed. Calhoun has 2 of them. Cruz looks at a first pitch fastball for a strike. Grounded out to third, leading off to 3rd inning. He's 0 for 1. Oh, 2. Like to try to keep some pressure on Martinez, who struggled with command 2 innings ago. Retired the Angels in order last frame.
We said from the get-go he's been very aggressive as far as first pitch fastballs. So keep that in mind.
Chopper toward the middle. Andrus is not going to get there. It's a leadoff single.
Shot by David Freese going with the pitch. Slow breaking ball. Hit it right back up the middle. Behind in the count. Shorten up his swing. Making contact and gets a base hit out of it.
There's Iannetta. Single with a run scored in the third. Both teams now with 4 hits tonight. First one's off the plate. You know, last year we were talking about the American League Central, the wild card. If the Mariners defeat the Tigers tonight, they will leapfrog the Tigers for the second wild card spot. At the start of the day, Seattle just a half game back of the Tigers, a 65-55 record. Toronto behind them, 3.5 back. And then it fouls this one off to the right. One ball, one strike on Iannetta.
How close that is. A lot of teams in contention now in the wild card race, especially that second wild card. Tampa not far behind also. If they win today and they're leading the Yankees, they would finally get to the 500 mark at 61-61.
Two balls, one strike. Halos are 2 back in the standings, but just 1 back in the loss column to Oakland. The A's at 73-48. The Angels at 70-49 at the start of the night. Oakland still trailing Atlanta 5-2 that game in the 6th. Here it's a 1-1 tie. We're in the 5th inning and a quick throw to Freese. Freese on us at first base.
I mean, it's a good count if you're going to put a hit and run on a 2-1 count.
Evens up the count at 2-2. Asked David today during batting practice how his knee was feeling. So he was feeling much better. This one's pulled through the left side and it's a base hit. Back-to-back singles. Freese advances to second.
Second hit for Iannetta.
Freese also added that this time of year, who's not sore or dealing with something?
Well, when you think about how many games you play in spring training alone, and then you're already into your 120th game of the season, there's no question you're going to be sore.
And that's what makes it a little bit odd for this Angels team that has done so well up through the All-Star break that the team as a whole has kind of gone into that little bit of a funk. It hasn't been 1 or 2 guys, then all of a sudden another 2 guys starts getting, and the other 2 guys pick it up. It's just that's the weird part about it. Is collectively, and you're going to have slumps. Everyone's going to go through a slump throughout the course of a season. Maybe not Miguel Cabrera a couple of years ago, but aside from that, everyone's going to have it, but other guys are there to pick you up.
You remember we even did an opening just before the end of the so-called first half of the All-Star break, how it seemed to be somebody different every night getting that big hit. Well, now it seems like everyone's pressing, and you haven't had that continuity in your lineup 1 through 9, in which guys have come through with that clutch hit, trying to do too much, pulling off the baseball. You sit back, we talk about so often about relaxed hands at the plate, especially with runners in scoring position.
2 for 2 now for Calhoun with a single and a double. He has 2 men on and Freeze at second, 9 out at first. Beltre in on the grass. Cole takes downstairs. Carr playing in at first base, anticipating a possible sacrifice. Calhoun looked down to DiSarcina.
Well, with 5 multi-hit games in his last 6 games, in which he has a 6-game hit streak, I think you're letting Cole swing away for sure.
He drives this one out to deep right. Rios is back. That is gone. A big fly for Cole Calhoun. And the Angels have themselves a 4-1 lead.
Well, that baseball got out in a second. I guess that's why you're swinging away. Boy, that baseball was absolutely tattooed. Cole Calhoun, 3-hit performance, single, double, home run, triple away from the cycle for Cole Calhoun.
Into that home run porch and right. 3 straight hits, 3 runs. Here's Trout. Bases clear with nobody out. Mike looks at a first pitch strike. Trout 0 for 1, a fly ball to right, a sacrifice fly in the third. Picking up his 86th run batted in.
One thing Don Baylor is really working with Mike Trout the last couple of days before the off day and then today is keeping his head still at the plate. Pulling off the baseball, turning his head, trying to keep his eyes straight at the baseball, no movement with his head, and then drive the baseball.
Two on. Fouls this one off to the right.
Well, you can see right there, even though he fouled that one off, his head was still, didn't pull off. When he was struggling, you can see him as he's looking through the baseball, the chin moving forward and the eyes going towards left field. That time, straight at the plate, and that's what Don Baylor wants from him.
Going high fastball. And for the most part, the scouting report on Trout has kind of changed. Early on in the season, that's what it was, and he was chasing, and he was striking out quite a bit, chasing that pitch. Trying to come inside now. Fouls this one off to the right. That has been the one that's kind of been neutralizing him. That, coupled with the fact you've had some pitchers that have been able to paint on the inside corner. Some called strikes on the inside corner. That's kind of.
Once Trout starts hitting at it, again, pitchers will go away. Because that's a dangerous spot to throw. Because if you miss in the inner half, that's when it's going a long way.
Got underneath this one out to left center.
Well, he just missed that one.
1 down.
Well, we'll see right here in this on the replay if indeed, the conversation with Don Baylor has worked for Trout. Even though he just missed that, kept his head back, and that chin is on the back shoulder. Just pulled off, just got underneath it enough. But the bottom line is the head is still, the chin is going towards the back shoulder, but just lifted up just enough to keep that in the ballpark, though. Even though better on the swing, still just missed, got underneath it.
Albert takes a strike.
And that's that conversation which is important. And Mike Trout is always trying to learn. And that's the thing that makes him special. Will always ask somebody, especially veterans and the hitting coach, what he needs to do to get better. He knows he just missed that one. If he gets that pitch again, he will not miss it the next time.
Broken bat roller foul. New lumber for Pujols. And a 1-2 count. Albert with a fly ball to right and a walk. (4-1) Angels. Back-to-back singles by Freese and Iannetta, and then Calhoun with a 3-run blast. Single, double, home run for Calhoun so far. (86 pitches thrown by Martinez. That one's a little bit high. Takes the count full. Moving in the Texas pen, but nobody loosening as of yet. Hamilton on deck. 3-2 now. Albert skies this one to shallow left. Again, a fastball in. Elvis Andrus out. Ducey calls him off last minute and makes the catch.
Should have been a relatively easy play to turn into almost a mistake.
Especially with Andrus camped underneath that pitch, or that pop-up, I should say.
And most times, as an outfielder, you always try to call off an infielder going back, but Andrus was in position right away to catch that pop-up.
Martinez having to wait for the overshift. Josh 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. There's the first one foul.
Still gets his share of boos when he comes back here, but the reality is he's put this team in position for a number of years to get to the World Series because of those numbers he put up here.
Called strike 3, and that's the 3rd strike of the night for Hamilton. 5th for Martinez, but the Angels strike for 3 runs, 2 singles with the big blast off the bat of Cole Calhoun. Bottom of the 5th, that's where we're headed with the Angels on tap 4-1. Cole Calhoun with a 3-run shot, giving Garrett a lead. He's thrown 48 pitches through 4. He'll face the bottom third of the order. Soto, Ducey, and Odor. Soto with a base hit to left field with 1 out of the 2nd. And that one just misses downstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Very important inning for Garrett to put that shutdown inning after getting the lead with a 3-run home run by Cole.
Two balls, 2 strikes now. Four strikeouts, no walks, 4 hits allowed for Richards. Now it's out to right. Cole moving back. Puts it away for the first down. Minnesota got on top of that ball pretty well.
You see right here in the delivery by Garrett Richards why he's so special in our Phantom Cam. He does a great job of keeping his shoulders level, eye on the target, has that elbow and hand release point in the perfect position to be able to finish off a pitch. Turns the baseball. We talk about that pronation of the wrist when you're able to sink a fastball. You can see that so well in our Phantom Cam as far as sinking that fastball. Similar to that pitch we saw against Elvis Andrus where he ran that fastball in with that movement. But his mechanics so solid this season.
Sometimes you don't want to see that. You really don't. It's like Shark Week. There's some things you don't want to see in slow motion.
That's why my elbow's bent all the time now.
Ball's behind on the Ducey, the left fielder. 2 balls, no strikes. He swung at the first pitch and grounded into a double play in the second as he hacks here, fouls it back.
Good play by a fan, bought a glove.
Yeah. Front row to our left.
It's like a first baseman.
Three balls, 1 strike. Odor, the second baseman, on deck. This a pull, then a diving stop by Pujols to the backhand, flips it to Richards, 2 down.
Tell you what, Pujols has played some outstanding defense this season. Much better range this year, and that's a perfect feed because you want to lead the pitcher getting to the base, but you don't want to throw that throw too hard. Just enough of a lead. Good velocity on that throw for Pujols, but great range once again in leading Richards to the base so he can find the base and step on the bag and avoid the runner coming down the line. Great play by Pujols. The reason why he won a couple Gold Gloves. Certainly the best defense we've seen him play as a member of the Angels.
No doubt. Two up and 2 down, and here's Odor, strikeout victim in the third. Went down looking. His debut on May the 8th. One ball, 1 strike. Texas, while making a lot of trades over the last several years, maintained a strong front on the international scouting level. And Odor, one of those guys.
They've always done a great job.
Fouled back. 1-2. Took a big blow with A.J. Preller, man who was assistant GM here in Texas and in charge of international scouting, moving on to the San Diego Padres to be the general manager of the Pods.
Well, you really like to see the Padres start developing some more players in their minor league system. Give Bud Black, our old friend, an opportunity to have some guys in that lineup. Their pitching staff, especially their bullpen, which is tops in the National League as far as ERA, even though they've made some moves trading away some of their bullpen pieces from last year. They've been very good as far as that, but this is not enough offense.
So they can develop bullpen arms.
Yes.
Go back to Kevin Towers' days. This one down the line, foul. See, that is smart positioning right there behind the wall.
Yeah, if we were ever doing a game down here, that would be the spot right behind the wall.
And duck.
Yes. An even better decision there. Making a young fan happy.
Angel fan to boot. With a dribbler. Inetta comes out, makes a nice play. 2 fine defensive plays by the Angels. We are through 5. Halos maintain a 4-1 lead.
Presented by Audi. Garrett Richards, nasty with his slider. Curveball, solid. Fastball command, very good also. Two-seamer. Cole Calhoun, single, double, then a 3-run home run to the second deck here in Texas. Big game so far for Cole Calhoun, triple away from hitting for the cycle.
Kendrick, Ibar, and Bosch for the Angels here in the 6th inning. Howie 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground ball to short. Fouls this one back. Nick Martinez, got 93 pitches on the night. 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. Good ratio for him considering he came into the start with 44 strikeouts, 40 walks. Atlanta now leading Oakland 7-2 as that game heads to the 8th. They're playing in Atlanta. Howie out toward right. Rios is there. 1 away.
Look at the key to this game. About the offense, get rolling, roller coaster. Cole Calhoun is certainly cruising along with his swings. Single, double, home run, 3-run home run. And so she's just looking for some consistency, though, from the offense. Not that up and down motion as far as one day good, one day bad. Looking for consistency from the offense.
Ibar 0 for 2. The fly ball to left and the ground ball to second. Tolleson first man up. Martinez about to throw his 98th pitch. Breaking ball is in there. 1-2. Most pitches thrown by Martinez in the start this year, 108, and that was way back on May 29th. The bouncer over to Karp, the first baseman. 2 down. This will be the second start in which Martinez has thrown the ball well against the Angels. He gave up that 3-run blast to Cole Calhoun to put the Angels up 4-1, snapping that 1-1 tie. Quick visit by Soto. Bosch cutting through the first one, comes up empty. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout, a pop up to third.
27 pitches thrown back. The fifth, 24, and the third reason why he's at that century mark here now in just the sixth inning.
This one into the right field corner, foul. No balls, 2 strikes. 5 in a row retired by Martinez since the Calhoun home run of the 5th. And it is 1-2. Seattle leading Detroit 6-2. That game's now in the 9th. Playing at Comerica Park. Kansas City still leading Minnesota 5-3. That game's just in the bottom of the 5th. Swing and a miss. Down goes Bosch, and the Angels go down in order here. The 6th. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. Chu, Andrews, and Cart coming up, and when we return, Mike Trout will take the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge.
I've been nominated by Kit Moore, or challenged by Kit Moore, the principal from Washington Township, Joe Bollendorf. I accept the challenge. I'd like to challenge Torrey Hunter and Jared Weaver and Garrett Richards. Thank you.
Mike Trout before the game, the Ice Bucket Challenge, raising awareness for ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease. Mike Socha did it earlier. Several players have been doing it now. It's been all the rage over the last week or thereabouts.
Watch it even on Today's Show in the morning. A number of those hosts have been challenged and have met the challenge.
Garrett Richards back to work with a 4-1 lead here in the 6th inning. Top of the order for Texas. Shin-Soo Choo, the DH, starting things off.
He's been very aggressive early in the count against Richards.
1 for 2 tonight with a single and a run scored the first, a fly ball to left in the 3rd. You're looking to strike. Choo came into this ball game 3 for his last 23 with 12 strikeouts. That's over his last 5 games. Free agent signing in the offseason. 2 now with 125 strikeouts on the year. 340 on base percentage. Good off speed pitch. Foul tipped. It's 1-2. Little roller to first. In on the hands.
Oh, that's pitching. Slow curveball at 78, followed by a four-seam cut fastball in on the hands. It's a slow roller to first base. Boy, Garrett is really developing into one of the best pitchers. We could talk about stuff all night long, and he has the best stuff, in my opinion, in the American League as far as average velocity on the fastball. But he knows how to set up hitters now. That fastball in on the hands against a very good fastball hitter, but it was set up by that good slow curveball, and he could throw for a strike.
Breaking ball for a strike on Andrews. And in most seasons, you would be talking about, all right, he's going to be in consideration for the American League Cy Young Award. He might get some votes, but Felix Hernandez right now has just been absolutely ridiculous, much like Kershaw has been in the National League.
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult for anybody to be in that conversation as far as Cy Young in either one of those leagues, the way those two have pitched. But Garrett's certainly in that vicinity as we look at another one of those swings from Andrews, this time on a breaking ball. The fastball in got him. Last at bat, not fully committed to trying to make contact. And that tells you how good a stuff Garrett has.
Just missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Very similar to the look even Derek Jeter had against him in that game at home against Richards. Fastball in, followed by a fastball away. And as Jeter was swinging, you could see him thinking, I have no chance of making contact.
Called strike 3, and he knew it. Fastball got him. 2 down. I'll tell you what, in Felix and Kershaw, you almost, we've talked about it a couple of times, you might have the potential for MVP Cy Young in both leagues.
Yeah, I can't remember that ever happening before. Yeah, but right now, I mean, you have some players. You got Giancarlo Stanton of Miami in contention with Kershaw, Trout, obviously in the American League, and King Felix. It could go to pitchers for MVP, and a lot of people don't like that.
Ibar scoops this one up, and Carp is retired a 1-2-3
but they've been MVPs of their league so far, what they've meant to their team.
6 complete, still 4-1 Angels. But thanks. Take a look at our in-game box score. Cole Calhoun's had himself a game, 3 for 3, single, double, and a home run. Chris Iannetta, the ninth spot of the order. A 2-for-2 night. New pitcher on for the Texas Rangers. Taking over for the starter Nick Martinez. Sean Tollison, the right-hander. It's our first relief pitcher, and he is brought to you by the UPS store.
The Tollison fastball 91-95. Slider, cut fastball, changeup.
Tollison, native of Dallas, Texas. 49th game, 2-on record, a 3.02 ERA. Originally the Dodger system, 30th round pick by Los Angeles in 2010. Product of Baylor University down in Waco. Facing David Freese, lead off the 7th. Freese looks at a strike. Nick Martinez, by the way, 6 innings, 6 hits, including the home run to Cole. 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 4 runs all earned. Freese shoots one down the line, and that is a fair ball into the corner. Around first and headed to second is David Freese as he picks up his 2nd hit of the night, his 17th double of the season.
He continues to swing the bat well. One of the most consistent hitters we've seen in the 2nd half. Stayed back on the baseball well and has shot that ball right down the right field line for a double. Just inside the line. 2nd hit of the game, 2 for 3 for Freese.
Iannetta 2 for 2 with a couple of singles, 2 runs scored. First one outside. Tollison in his first year with Texas. 41 games prior to this year in the big leagues, all with the Dodgers. Snap throw to second, and Freese diving back in there. 2 balls, no strikes now.
Looking back in the 5th inning. Cole with 2 on. Able to get the bat head out. Drives that one out to right field. 3-run home run, his 3rd hit of the game.
Difference in this ball game, that swing of the bat by Cole Calhoun,
who is on deck right now following up Chris Iannetta.
2-0 pitch. That is a strike, 2-1. Chris himself has had a couple of good swings. The base hit to right center, the last base hit through the hole on the left side.
In the 5th inning, how he's able to tuck his hands in our phantom cam and got the barrel of the bat and hit that ball well. Hands in and then through the baseballs very effectively for Iannetta.
Loops this one out to left field, and Ducey will play it on a hop. Freese will advance to 3rd, and the Angels have 2 on with nobody out, and Calhoun coming to the plate again.
Almost the same thing, got his hands inside the baseball again. Tollison was determined to pitch Iannetta inside to keep him away from hitting the ball to right field. In off the plate, but got his hands inside the baseball. Got his 3rd hit of the game. So 3 hits at number 9 spot, 3 hits at the number 1 spot in the lineups today for the Halos.
3rd time this year Iannetta's had a 3-hit game, the last being July the 7th. And now Cole at the plate, a triple shy of the cycle. 6-game hitting streak for Calhoun. It was extended to 6 with that 1st inning base hit. Off-speed pitch down low.
The way this outfield is set up with the walls, different angles, you can see a triple potentially from Cole Calhoun.
Especially on a dive on a ball to the alley. One of the speedy outfielders, whether it's a Ducey in left or Martin in center.
And you're more apt to do so when you're behind the game 4-1. You're going to try to cut off a baseball if it's hit shallow or on the line, especially with Freese at third.
1 ball, 1 strike. Mike Trout did it last year. 6 players have done it in Angels franchise history.
Remember Dave Winfield's very well in '91. At Kauffman Stadium, at that point Royals Stadium.
Were you a part of it?
No.
No, you were just watching.
No, just watching.
Better them than you?
Yes. Say good try, guys. We'll make it out some point.
This one down the line. That is a fair ball. Carp touches the bag. They throw it down to second. They get the out. It's a double play. It'll bring in a run. It's 5-1 Angels. Pretty nice play by Carp at first base.
Ground ball right down the line. Carp steps on the base. Perfect feed. Andrews second. They have to tag the runner at that point because the force play is away. The tag has to be applied, and Andrews did on Chris Iannetta. But David Freese, who had doubled, scores the 5th run.
So 2 outs, nobody on for Trout. Mike looks at a strike. Oh for 2 night. Did have a sac fly in the 3rd inning. Evens up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Seattle closed out the Tigers 7-2. So Seattle now with a half-game lead over the Tigers in that second a wild card spot. Angel fans tonight here loving things so far. 5-1 in the 7th. Tampa Bay shut out the Yankees.
Tampa Bay now 500 on the season, 61-61. Joe Madden has done a great job with that team, considering how many hits they've taken in their starting rotation, including trading away their best pitcher, David Price.
That is pulled foul. Well struck, but out in front of it just enough. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, that was Paxton on the hill today for Seattle, and he's throwing the ball well. That entire rotation for Seattle is throwing the ball very well.
That game in Atlanta heading to the 9th with the Braves leading the Athletics 7-2. That game holds. Seattle will find themselves 6.5 back in the West. If the Angels hang on here, they would be 1 back.
Tied in the loss column.
Yep. Early in the game, we were talking about the Angels scoring runs and spreading them across the game. They've done that tonight. 1 in the 3rd, 3 in the 5th, 1 so far here in the 7th. And Trout goes down swinging. And the 7th is in the book. 7th inning stretch time in Texas. The Angels leading the Rangers 5-1. 4th inning. Garrett Richards back out on the mound. 5 strikeouts for him, no walks. And he has limited the Texas Rangers to just 4 hits. It's time now for the AT&T fan photo of the game. Remember to tweet your photos using hashtag WestFanPhoto, and your photo could be shown in an upcoming game broadcast. Well, I'm going to roll the dice here, and I'm going to say, Lisa,
yes,
great picture. See, those are the easy ones.
Yes.
I can get those.
Yeah. Hey, that's a great read. Good
You
call.
like that?
Yes.
All right. I appreciate it.
Well
Keep
done.
sending us your pictures. Hashtag West Fan Photo. By the way, you still smell like popcorn.
Oh.
As John McDonald takes over at third
Speaking
base.
of Lisa, she told me just to go ahead and shower as soon as I got home the other day and stay in there for about an hour.
Still finding kernels of popcorn in your bag there.
What you
Periodically.
Yes.
Did TSA find them yesterday?
So many kernels of corn still in there.
Beltre, Rios, and Martin for Texas here at the bottom of the 7th. 5 runs, 8 hits, 3 left on for the Angels. 1 run, 4 hits, and 2 left on for Texas. Beltre with a couple of hits tonight, 2 singles and an RBI. This one in the air down the line, slicing toward the seats, and it's out of play. That's one wall that a right fielder does not want to go into.
Well, you just get close enough, and that's good enough.
Oh, 2 count on Beltre. Chopper toward third. That is going to be a tough play for even John McDonald. Infield base hit. Fans, take a look at the 2014 North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado. Enter the Summer Silverado giveaway for a chance to win the 2014 Chevy Silverado. Enter online today at angels.com/Chevy Chevrolet, the official ride of the Angels. So Garrett Richards had retired 8 consecutive batters since the Beltre base hit, and now gives up the Beltre base hit.
He had a flare in the right field, the last hit by Beltre, and then that infield hit.
Alex Rios, the right fielder, 0 for 2. Fly ball to center his last time up. Rios tardy on that one. Richards humping up to 96 on that last pitch. Second straight batter, he's gone to an 0-2 count.
Well, generally, you're seeing from Richards 97, 98, 99. Today, you've seen 94, 95, 96. But good action. But his slider has been his wipeout pitch. You get big swing and misses with.
Cole puts it away for the first out. So 1 out, 1 on. And here's Leonis Martin lined out to Eric Ibar to end the 4th inning. His last time up, he's 0 for 2. More action in the Texas Rangers bullpen. John Edwards, 26-year-old, getting ready. One ball, 1 strike. Caught the outside corner. Martin didn't like the call.
Well, he's gotten a couple of those calls, Garrett, today on the backdoor slider.
Fouls this one off left. Pujols playing behind Beltre at first. .86 pitches for Garrett. 59 have been strikes. No real stress. Maybe a little bit in that first inning, but worked around it. You know, that 2-out single to Beltre that put Texas up 1-0. Aside from that, it's been smooth sailing. Gave up the 1-out single to Beltre in the fourth. Retired the next 2. Matter of fact, retired 8 in a row before the single to Beltre here to start off this 7th inning. Soto on deck. He's had a couple of nice hacks against Richards.
He's had some good swings generally against Angel pitching to begin with. .321 career hitter Soto is. So important batter for Richards to get out.
This one's out the left and it'll get down for a base hit. So 2 base runners on board with 1 out. First time tonight that has occurred for Texas. And here comes Soto.
If you get a ground ball here with Soto swinging away here, to good opportunity to get a double play ball, but have to be at an infield, especially with the shift on. 3 infielders on the left side of the infield.
Single for Soto. His first time up. That was in the second. Hit a fly ball to right in the 5th. Beltre at second and Martin at first base. 5-1 Angels here in the 7th. Upstairs. Roller foul. Game in Atlanta's a final. Braves defeating the Oakland A's 7-2. So the Angels with an opportunity to pick up a game. Going to tomorrow night's action, a game back in the West. Seattle picks up a game, so they find themselves now 6.5 back in the West. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball. Did miss by much, and it's 2-1. Two. They keep mentioning Seattle, and people at home probably wondered, Seattle, what are they talking about? It's a staff ERA at 2.19 since the All-Star break.
Now 11 games over 500. They need some moves to help out their offense. Austin Jackson, Candice Morales.
Their staff ERA on the season is under 3 now, 2.95. Soto takes a called strike 3. 2 down.
That's the difference maker for Garrett Richards now. Be able to get back in the count with a slider and then get a called 3rd strike with another slider. Sharp break, freezes Soto. Lower part of the strike zone. Big punch out for Richards. Now, when you have an ERA as a team under 3 in the American League, you're dealing.
Ducey looks at a breaking ball for a strike. The Angels haven't been too shabby either, by the way, since the All-Star break from a pitching standpoint. 2.94 staff ERA since the break. The start of the day, the Angels 5th in the American League in staff ERA. 12-2.
It's why the club has been able to be at or a little bit above 500 since the All-Star break, even though the offense hasn't necessarily been there for him.
Jepson getting ready. The Angels 13-12 since the All-Star break. Six and 6 in the month of August. 2 on, 2 outs. Ducey's 0 for 2, and he skies one out to right. Hit well. Cole moving back on it. He's at the wall. He'll make the catch just in front of the AT&T sign. 7 complete. Halos maintain a 5-1 lead. Is brought to you by Mercury Insurance. Get a fast free quote at mercuryinsurance.com today and see how much you can save. By Jack in the Box and Jack's Spicy Chicken Club Combo for just $4.99 plus tax. And by the Sonata Premier event at your Hyundai dealer now through September 2nd. Top of the 8th inning, Globe Life Park. Side of game 1 of a 3-game series between your Angels and the Texas Rangers. 5-1 Halos. The pitching change for the Texas Rangers here in this 8th inning. Right-hander John Edwards making his major league debut. Product of Keller, Texas. And is just up the road here. In and out. Who's in, who's out. Free agent signee making his big league debut here.
Former outfielder in the minor leagues.
He'll face Pujols, Hamilton, and Kendrick. First one's outside. Albert 0 for 2, a couple of fly ball outs. He's also walked.
Good live arm for Edwards. 95, 94.
Between AA and AAA this year, 2-3 record, a 4.41 ERA, 62 strikeouts in 49 innings as Albert fouls this one back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitched in independent ball back in 2011 before Texas ended up signing him.
That'd be a huge thrill for him to be able to make that trek up to the major leagues right now.
Breaking ball high. It's 2-2.
Start your minor league career as an outfielder, then you have to go through independent baseball. Now you're here in the major leagues.
Yep.
And you're facing a future Hall of Famer, your first at bat.
Grew up here, grew up in Keller, at the Keller High School, graduated independent ball, and then took the long road to the big leagues. Full count. 6'5", 230 is what he's listed at.
That's a product of overthrowing, the adrenaline, going 2 sliders in a row, well out of the strike zone for him.
This is popped up. Soto, the catcher, is out. Foul territory, puts it away for the first out. Josh Hamilton introduced. He's 0 for 3 tonight with 3 strikeouts. And coming into tonight, Josh had been 7 for 17 here in this ballpark this year. They could not figure out Nick Martinez, who went 6 innings tonight. Cuts through that one. John Donaldson went 1 inning, gave up a run, 2 hits, 1 strikeout for him. This one's down the left field line, and that'll get down for a base hit. Ducey up with it, fires it back in, and Hamilton gets on the board with a 1-out single.
And Josh trying to keep his head still and stay on the baseball, not necessarily hit well. His head a little bit stiller and looking through the baseball, not pulling off. The base hit in the left field. Didn't square it up, but the approach was better for him. The thought process of going the other way instead of pulling off the baseball and not making contact.
1 out, 1 on for Howick. 0 for 3 night. Nine hits tonight for the Angels. 8 have come from 8, 9, and 1 spots in the order. 2 by Freese, 3 by Iannetta, 3 by Cole Calhoun. Two-0 count. Now Soto's going to talk things over. Odor is also going to chime in.
A lot of pitches have been thrown upstairs by Edwards, just trying to calm him down. When you think about that dream is finally fulfilled for you, you made it to the major leagues. The adrenaline's going, you're overthrowing your pitches. They're just trying to slow him down and have him relax.
Got a little Joe Nathan look to him for some reason. Maybe it's just tall right-hander, but I don't know, for some reason his delivery kind of reminds me of him.
Straight over the top.
Nathan, a converted position player.
Even the way he follows through and recoils.
Right. I would have thought, though, at the start of the year with Texas coming off the run that they've been on, played good baseball over the last several years, that they would be having a guy from Keller, Texas, on the mound. The runner took off. That was Hamilton. It's ball 4 on Kendrick. So you've got a guy making major league debut after major league debut in a series here in August that I think everyone thought was going to be a precursor to a nice run into September.
No question. The conversation during the entire offseason was Oakland, Texas, the Angels, and even Seattle. Texas struggling at home, within the division, two things they've never really had an issue with over the last couple of seasons.
Mike Maddox out to massage the message on the youngster. There's 2 men on and 1 out. Alex Claudio getting ready. He's pitched all of 2 big league games. Off Speedmaster. Well, it was a long conversation here. Feel free to break up the rock pile, Chris Guccio. Although it looked like he got invited into that conversation. He got sucked in.
He was saying, hey, what do you think?
Yeah.
Is he getting too quick in his mechanics? Yeah, I think so.
I've been talking about the post-game spread for all we know. Ibar steps in with 2 men on. Eric go for 3. Fly to left. 2 ground ball outs. Hamilton at second and Kendrick at first. First one is inside. I think pitching coaches ask umpires a lot of questions, especially when they got a new guy on the mound, because it's a different angle for them. And you know, you trust your catcher to give you an honest assessment, but an umpire, he's got no stake in the game, right?
No.
You can ask him and say, what's he got? Location.
Is he missing by quite a bit?
Right.
A lot of times the catcher's always going to try to protect his battery mate. Yeah, he's just missing. And then the umpire goes, no, he's missing by a lot.
Yeah. Got a little resource on occasion to ask. Especially if you feel like your catcher's kind of just blowing smoke.
Yes.
Trying to prop up your own guy. One and 2.
A lot of these pitches, 18 of them in this inning, Edwards have been elevated and out of the strike zone.
Two now. That's a called strike 3. 2 outs.
And he's able to throw a good slider and catch the outside corner to get his first major league strikeout.
So Bosch will bat here with 2 on and 2 outs. Brennan is 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts and a pop-up. And now Ron Washington is going to come out. And he's going to play matchup. So Edwards, making his major league debut, is done after 19 pitches. Gives up a hit, a walk, and a strikeout. He'll give way to Claudio, the left-hander, to face Brendan Bosch. See if Mike Scioscia counters with a move. We have ourselves a pitching change. Halos with a couple of men on, still on top 5-1. On, and they will pinch hit Colin Cowgill for Brendan Bosch. More on that in just a second. Tomorrow, MLB on Fox Sports 1 has doubleheader action. Derek Jeter and the Yankees taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. Then Matt Holliday and the St. Louis Cardinals square off against the San Diego Padres. Coverage begins at 12:30 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Alex Claudio, the 22-year-old left-hander, native of Puerto Rico, comes on in relief here of John Edwards. Past 2 nights, he's pitched in big league baseball games. Made his major league debut on Wednesday against the Rays. A perfect 8th inning. Had his first batter. 5th Texas pitcher with scoreless outings his first 2 major league games this season. This year. Not over the last 10 years or anything like that. This year. So Cowgill will bat, hitting .272, 5 home runs, 17 runs batted in. Colin 2 for 2 as a pinch hitter with 1 RBI. And the first one is just low. Claudio, a 27th round pick in 2010 at a high school in Puerto Rico. He's not going to overwhelm you. He was the Rangers minor league reliever of the year last year, combining to go 4-6 with a 1.83 ERA.
Very deceptive delivery also.
Had 91 strikeouts in 78 2/3 innings last season.
.66 mile-an-hour pitch there from Claudio. Very difficult to stay back.
There's another one. Cowgill goes down swinging. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning with the Angels maintaining a 5-1 lead. Angels, bottom of the 8th inning. Here's a look at our Honda upcoming schedule. 2 more here in Texas, and it's a 4-game series against the Red Sox before heading to Oakland a week from tonight. 3-game series against the Athletics.
Be a fun homestand too. Giancarlo Stanton, the Miami Marlins coming for 3, then a 4-game series with those Oakland A's.
Garrett Richards back out for this 8th inning. 96 pitches for the right-hander, and Odor looks at a strike. 9-1-2 for Texas. Odor, Chu, and Andrews. Odor's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. A little nubber out in front of the plate. I had to make a nice play on him. I was in the 5th.
Good defensive plays. Albert Pujols a very nice play at first base today also.
Down goes Odor on the 100th pitch of the night for Garrett. 1 down.
What a nasty four-seam fastball cut underneath the hands of Odor for a swing and miss. Again, another odd swing on a fastball against Richards tonight.
Extended in that 7th inning to 22 pitches because of the 2 hits allowed that limited the damage. Shin-Soo Choo, the DH, is 1 for 3 tonight. And he takes inside for ball 1. Kevin Jepson was loosening in the 7th inning, but nobody right now loosening in the Angels' pen out in left center.
Excited fan with a baseball souvenir.
Foul back. And a ball and 2 strikes. 102 pitches, pardon me, 103 pitches now. 72 strikes for Garrett. Kevin's loosening again.
Well, we've seen that a lot from Richards this season.
Thought he had a strikeout there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
A little bit off the outside corner, but he's gotten that pitch a couple times in the game.
Andrews on deck. Full count. Chu bounces this one to the right side. Pujols can't get it. Neither can Kendrick. Talk about a seeing eye single. I thought for sure Howie had it. He was in a position to make the play, but maybe blocked out by Albert.
And it didn't hit real well by Chu, but just by Pujols and underneath the glove of Howie.
That's going to be it for Richards with Jepson ready to go. And Garrett now at 106 pitches. He departs with a man on. We're the 8th, 5-1 Angels. Relief of Garrett Richards. Hey folks, stay tuned after Angels Live tonight for an all-new episode of Angels Weekly. This week, Angels Weekly recaps the Angels' marathon 19-inning game against the Boston Red Sox. Hey, wouldn't you like to relive that?
Yes.
Host Alex Gert takes you on a final ride along with Jason Grilli and chats one-on-one with Houston Street, plus the best plays of the week in Angels Weekly's Top 5, the AW Top 5. It's all right here on Fox Sports West tonight following Angels Live.
6 hours and 32 minutes.
I'd like to see the condensed version of that game. Like the last inning. 106 pitches for Garrett, 7 strikeouts, no walks, 7 hits, 1 run. He's responsible for Chu standing at first base as Kevin Jepsen takes over on the mound. 59th game, 0-1 record and a 1.79 ERA for Kevin. 15 to third innings, 29 hits, 61 strikeouts. He'll face Elvis Andrus with the man on. Andrus 0 for 3, a ground down and 2 strikeouts. Just 2 for 16 in his career against Kevin. Two balls, no strikes. Two and 1.
Andrus definitely a double play candidate himself. 17 times he's rolled in to a double play.
Not a big lead for Chu over at first base. Andrus chops this one over to third. Barehanded by McDonald. They throw to first. Safe. An infield base hit. McDonald did everything he could, but there are 2 on now with 1 out, and Carp, the scheduled batter.
2 base hits for the Rangers in this game. Slow rollers down the third baseline. Well played by John McDonald. And Andrus too good at speed, beats it out for an infield hit. 8th hit for the Rangers, all singles.
Carpet 0 for 3 game. 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Good location on that inside fastball.
Carp against Richards, 2 punch outs, 0 for 3.
This one rolled through the left side with Ibar hitting him toward the middle. It'll bring in a run. Andrus on his way to third. And it's a 5-2 game. That run gets charged to Richards. And the book now closed on him. On a ball that probably should have been an out with how he comes up with it. Would have been 2 out, nobody gone.
And Carp kind of got jammed. They just rolled that through the hole. With Ibar playing towards the base at second.
So 2 runs at 7 1/3 for Garrett tonight. And an odd alignment too with Ibar shading toward the middle. You got a guy like Jepsen on the mound with his velocity. You don't expect someone like Mike Carp to pull him.
It's very difficult to pull Jepsen.
So Beltre will bat here, representing the tying run. He's had himself a 3-hit game, 3 singles, and an RBI. He'll look at a strike. Good numbers in his career against Jepson. Drops down. Trying to overthrow a slider from down under a little bit.
Blocked well by Iannetta to keep the double play in order. Could be a significant play by Chris Iannetta. And Jepson get a ground ball at an infielder against Beltre.
Carp, by the way, picking up his second RBI as a member of the Rangers. Claimed on waivers. 1-1 pitch. 2-1. Three straight hits for Texas after Odor struck out to lead off the inning. 3-1 now. Now Jepson not appeared as he wants any part of Beltre. Missing way outside. Rios, the man on deck. This one's lined into center, a base hit. It'll bring another run. Moving to third is Carp, and it's a 5-3 game. So Jepson, after missing badly on those sliders, has to groove a fastball, and Beltre didn't miss it. His fourth hit of the night and his second RBI.
Beltre stayed back on that well, right back up the middle, knowing a fastball is going to be coming. It's 119 career RBIs for Beltre versus the Angels.
Well, you're doing him a favor by giving him a hitter's count, especially when you miss as badly as he was missing on those sliders. You're just doing him a favor because he can zone in on one pitch, and that's exactly what he did as Joe Smith now begins to loosen. What was once a 5-1 game here in the eighth with one out and nobody on. That little roller off the bat of Shin-Soo Choo that Pujols dove for, and Kendrick never even got a glove on. Went for a base hit. Andrews with an infield base hit. Carp with an RBI single. Now Beltre with an RBI single. Rios tonight 0 for 3. Last time up, a fly ball to right. Want to know?
Well, sometimes the most difficult thing as a starting pitcher is sitting in that dugout, watching this inning unravel like this. You're hoping that Kevin Jepson can get through this inning. He's throwing the ball so well out of the bullpen.
Bouncer back to the mound. Jepson fires to second. Kendrick is there. Relay back to first. He throws it away.
Little miscommunication. Who's covering the base at second?
That is the prototypical shortstop's baseball, is it not?
Your job as a pitcher right away is to know how, and Kevin did the right thing. He threw at the base.
So instead of an inning-ending double play, a 5-3 lead, it's 5-4 now with 2 outs.
Field it well, throw at the base. That's what you're supposed to do. And then Howard on the transfer didn't have a good grip of the baseball.
I mean, it's a much easier play for the shortstop cutting across.
When the momentum's going that way, you can drag your foot on the base and clear yourself away from the slide at second by Beltre.
A gift run, and now a pinch runner coming out as Rios advanced on the wild throw by Kendrick. That's his 10th there of the year. So fielder's choice and an RBI for Rios. The wheels have kind of come off for the Angels here in this 8th inning. A 1-run lead now. Robertson, the pinch runner, over at second base. Intentional walk to Leonis Martin. And that is clearly a mental mistake or lack of communication in the middle infield. But from what I saw, Eric Ibar was in position to take the throw and turn a double play.
Kevin Jepson did everything right there. You throw, when anything's hit back, you throw at the base. At that point, you know who's supposed to be there for coverage. Which middle infielder? Mike Socha's going to go to the bullpen now.
So Joe Smith will be summoned from the bullpen as Kevin Jepson faces 5 batters and retires one of them, although he probably should have been credited with a double play to get out of this inning. 5-4 Angels here in the 8th. Seven men to the plate. They've scored 3 times. The Angels lead at one time was 5-1 at the beginning of this inning, is now 5-4 as Joe Smith comes in for the 58th time this year. 4-1 record at 2.21 ERA, and he'll be facing Giovanni Soto with 2 men on board. Robertson, the pinch runner, is the tying run at second base. Leonis Martin with very good speed, the trail runner at first. Soto, the catcher, 1 for 3 tonight. He struck out his last time up. That was against Garrett Richards. Jepson ended up going 1/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 1 walk, and it was intentional. First one missing inside. One.
Then that 2-seamer underneath the hands of Soto.
Scout Baker and Neil Kotz, although Baker's no longer loosening for Texas. It's Neil Kotz, a lefty, getting ready. The Angels have 8-9-1 coming up in the 9th. The 1-1 pitch. This is a chopper towards short. Ibar feeds it to Kendrick. They force out Martin. And this bottom of the 8th finally in the books. Texas strikes for 3. We head to the 9th. 5-4 Angels.
top of the 9th. Let's check out our top tier play of the game. Cole Calhoun, his 3rd hit of the game, a 3-run home run in the 5th inning. The difference maker coming up 3rd in this inning with the opportunity to hit for the cycle potentially. As they try to add on now, the Angels got to score some runs here, get some insurance runs.
Won't be easy as Neil Kotz takes over on the mound. The lefty has been solid once again for Ron Washington. 2-6 and a 3.68 ERA. Last year was incredibly good, and they've talked about Kotz eventually re-signing in the offseason. A guy that Texas could have traded at the trade deadline, but opting to keep him here as he comes in to face 8-9-1. Freese, Iadetta, and Calhoun.
Fastball still pretty firm. 90-94 range slider, cut fastball. Throws a lot of cut fastballs. Change up.
Robertson, the pinch runner for Alex Rios, stays in the game, and he's out and right. McDonald skies one to right. One away. It was Freeze's spot in the lineup. And of course, John came in defensively in the 7th. David ended up going 2 for 3 tonight. Single and a double, 2 runs scored. Here's Iannetta, 3 singles for him and 2 runs scored. Yanked foul off the railing.
We just hope everyone's all right. Look like they are.
She's fine.
Yes. Big smile.
She played the long hop. 1 ball and strike. This one pulled over to the 3rd baseman, Adrian Beltre. 2 down. 2 quick outs for Kotz, and here comes Calhoun, who's had a 3 for 4 game, single, double, home run. Only to a 3-6 double play in the 7th inning. And at that point brought in Angels' 5th run, did not get credit for an RBI. Houston Street getting ready for the Angels. 8-9-1 coming up for Texas in the bottom of the 9th.
A lot of room right down the right field line for Cole. Houston Street getting ready.
Kevin Jepson gets charged with 2 runs, both earned in 1/3 of an inning. Now it's upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Five-4 Angels here in the 9th. Oakland lost tonight to the Atlanta Braves. It's Cole, good rip there. Fouls it straight back, 1-2.
Yeah, that was a good angle to be able to see. He was right on that baseball. It'd be good to see Cole get on base and give Mike Trout an opportunity here.
Watch out. That grazed his hand. It sure did. Hit by pitch. Trying to run that fastball in. The Trout will bat here with 2 outs and a man on.
Indeed, it gives an opportunity for Mike Trout to swing the bat.
Ron Washington is going to come out and maybe have it reviewed. And I guess that's exactly what they're going to do. So Tom Hallion, the crew chief, and Chris Guccio, the home plate umpire, over put on the headsets. Ball ran up and in and immediately cold. Looked at that right hand, showed it to Guccio. I think at this stage of the game, with 2 outs here in the 9th inning, you don't lose anything if you're Ron Washington. And that was quick. They hit him.
Yeah. There's the view right here. Yeah, you see it's almost in the forearm area, more so even in the hand. Change direction, baseball going in, then he changed directions.
So Trout steps in. 2 outs and a man on. Mike tonight 0 for 3, did have a sac fly in the 3rd. Trout 0 for his last 11, 1 for his last 14. That won a home run. That was in Sunday's game. Upstairs. Outfield very deep, especially Martin out in center toward the alley in right center field. Trout is capable of pulling one to the alley in left center. It should score Calhoun from first. Way upstairs. Nice play by Soto. 2-0. Cott's the 4th reliever used by Ron Washington. Nick Martinez got this start. Allowed 4 runs on 6 hits, including the home run to Calhoun. 6 strikeouts and 6 innings at work. Tollison worked 1. Edwards 2/3 of an inning in his major league debut. And then Claudio struck out Calgill, the pinch hitter, to end the 8th. Now Cott's. That one's upstairs again. 3-0.
Haven't seen Trout swing on a 3-0 pitch yet this year. Maddox going to come out and talk to Neil Kotz. Trout with 9 career home runs here in Arlington.
Neftali Feliz, the closer, now getting ready. You know, just to your point, you were talking about the 3-0 count to Trout. I just went in there to take a look at it. I see 1 swing this year on a 3-0 count.
I like 2 right now.
You're calling it, huh?
If he isn't a fastball to drive, I got to believe he's going to take a shot at it. He threw him a cut fastball in.
Calhoun over at first with 2 outs. 3-1 count now at Trout. Pujols on deck. And he walked him. So 2 on with 2 outs. And here comes Ron Washington. So Phillies will face Pujols here. Pitching change in the top of the 9th. We're in this situation with Texas having scored 3 in the bottom of the 8th. Phillies coming on for Kotz here in the 9th with 2 outs and 2 on and a 5-4 Angels lead. Inning with 2 outs and 2 men on board. Phillies on the season, pitching in his 15th game, 0-1 record, a 2.50 ERA, has 4 saves, 18 innings, 9 hits, 10 strikeouts, and 5 walks. He is a much different pitcher than he has been in years past. Velocity has certainly dipped down considerably as he's living now in the 90 to 93 range.
Yeah, when you think about it, his fastball when he first came over, his rookie of the year, his average fastball was at 95 miles per hour. It's going down each and every season since that point. Well, more sliders and more changeups now.
He'll face Pujols, who's 0 for 3 tonight. Calhoun at second, Trout at first. Good speed on the bases for the Angels. Outfield shallow all the way around at Ducey. Martin at Robertson from left to right. Odor playing toward the middle, trying to keep Calhoun close to the bag. First one's upstairs.
It's a big run out there for Pujols and the Angels.
Two 2-0 now. And now Soto wants to go out and pay a visit.
And Martin playing extremely shallow in center. Hit over his head probably produces 2 runs. If he leaves a lot of fastballs up, Pujols can hit that one over his head, drive in 2.
On the way. Breaking ball missing. 3-0 now. Hamilton on deck.
I think Albert will be definitely going on the green light here with a fastball.
And he walked him, so they're loaded up. Boy, to be honest with you, it didn't even look like he wanted to attack Pujols here. Can't imagine that's the plan, especially with 2 outs, but certainly tentative.
And nowhere real close. The 2-0 pitch was a changeup. It was down.
So Hamilton bats with the bases loaded. Josh Wyatt for 4. 3 strikeouts and a base hit. Hit coming in the 8th inning. No place to put him as they shift over. 3 infielders on the right. Odor way out in shallow right field. And the first one. This was fouled back. Halos tonight 2 for 6 with men in scoring position. Way inside. Hamilton with the bases loaded this year, 2 for 4. Calhoun at third, Trout at second, Pujols at first base. Beltre way off the line. He's playing that shortstop position, actually between third and short. And Cole can get off the line or off the bag as far as Beltre's off the bag. 2-1. So this inning started, this little rally started on a hit by pitch with 2 outs and Cole Calhoun. And Cole had 2 strikes on him. That was a 2-2 count. Cott's trying to throw the fastball up and in and grazed him. Trout walked. And Feliz came in and just walked Pujols. An opportunity, golden opportunity for the Angels to add some insurance runs here at the top of the ninth as Houston Street gets ready. 2-1 pitch. This one's fouled off from the third base side and out of play. Josh chasing the off speed. And it's 2-2 now.
We wanted to come back with another changeup.
Two, foul back. Last fastball at 94 from Feliz. Another 2-2 now. A swing and a miss. Down goes Hamilton. The Angels leave them loaded. We head to the bottom of the ninth. Houston Street to face 8, 9, and 1. Trying to close this one out. In relief, hoping to close this one out. And when the Angels do that, Angels Live postgame will wrap things up. Presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers, Patrick O'Neill, Jose Mota. Maybe even a guest appearance from Mark Kubica. But first, Houston Street's got to get through this ninth inning. Ducey, Odor, and Chu are the scheduled three batters. Lefty, lefty, lefty to face Houston Street. Texas native, born in Austin. Dad, a legend as far as Longhorn football is concerned. It's an opportunity to try to pick up the save here and get the Angels within one game in the American League West, with Oakland having lost to the Atlanta Braves earlier tonight. Houston with 7 saves for the Angels. This is his 11th game. First one's upstairs. Ducey, the left fielder. A double play ball, a ground out to first. That was the diving stop by Albert. And a fly ball to right, so he's 0 for 3. Kevin Jepson gave up 2 runs in 1/3 of an inning. Joe Smith got the last out of the 8th. And the fielder's choice. Garrett Richards got the start, went 7 1/3. 7 hits, 7 strikeouts, no walks, 2 runs, both earned. On the corner, 1-2.
Real good changeup.
Fouled back. Halos with a run in the 3rd, 3 in the 5th, and a run in the 7th. Texas with 1 in the 1st and 3 in the 8th. One, 2 again. Outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ducey goes down swinging for the first out. Back to the off-speed pitch.
I saw that changeup well because he threw it earlier than that at bat. Changeup on the outside corner. This one straight down, middle part of the plate, but at the knees for a swing and miss at 82. It's the ability to be able to throw that pitch for a strike that forces hitters to attack it more often if you're out of the zone all the time with your off-speed.
Second baseman Rougned Odor at the plate. 0 for 3 night for him. And he'll look at strike 1. Houston getting ahead of the count. Five runs, 9 hits, 8 left on for the Angels. Halos have also committed 1 error. Texas with 4 runs on 10 hits. Stranded 6. 0-2. Missed it.
It's a good miss, though. You see exactly where the target was set up by Iannetta. He wanted that pitch down. If he did not chase it, when it's that close, you're more apt as a hitter to chase the very next pitch if it's in that same area.
Back outside with another off-speed pitch, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. just missed. Full count.
That's a pretty good patience. Hasn't swung at any of his last 3 pitches after being behind in the count 0-2.
Now the payoff pitch. Lindor hits one out to center. Hit well. Trout giving chase. He's there. Puts it away for the second out.
Trout plays a pretty deep center field. Was able to go back and track that one down just at the warning track.
So 2 outs and nobody on, and Shin-Soo Choo, the batter. He's had himself a 2-for-4 game. Swings through the first one. One ball, one strike.
Dropped down, 91-mile-an-hour fastball at the first pitch changeup.
Choo skies one out to shallow left. Hamilton is there. Like that baby up as the Angels take the first one from the Texas Rangers in this weekend series. The final 5-4.
Boy, big game for Chris Iannetta, Cole Calhoun. Big 3-run home run. The difference in the game by Cole, single, double home run. Chris Iannetta for the number 9 spot in the order with 3 hits. Did a very solid job behind the plate catching Garrett Richards, who picks up his 13th victory, 4-0 this season against the Rangers. Houston Street picks up his 8th save. Well, Smith did a solid job himself, but just enough offense on 9 hits to be able to win his first game of this 3-game series here against the Rangers with Mike Socha's club.
Rangers made it interesting with their 3 runs in that 8th inning to draw within 1. But Houston Street comes in and performs the old 1-2-3 clean save for the Angels. And the Halos, of course, picking up a game of the standings. And now even with Oakland as far as the loss column is concerned, but now 1 back in the American League West, with Oakland having lost earlier today to the Atlanta Braves. Seattle finds itself 6.5 back, and a tight race. We thought it was going to be that way. The Angels tonight figured out a way to scratch out some runs. They did score runs in multiple innings, which is a good sign, and you hope they continue that going on. Cole Calhoun had a big game. So did Chris Iannetta. He's down on the field with Jose Mota.
Victor, first of all, 98 degrees at game time. We talk so much about the pitchers, the position played, but for a catcher, how grueling is it?
You know, it's not too bad tonight. The temperature was hot, but it was a nice wind, so it wasn't too bad. You know, the air was moving behind the plate. It's when it's like that hot, humid, and the air's not going anywhere that it's really tough.
Talk about spraying the ball, the things you've been working with, Don Baylor and Dave Hanson staying on the baseball a little bit more as he did tonight. What are keys for that to happen?
You know, for me, it's just being down early, making sure my front foot's down on time. When I do that, I'm able to hit, I'm able to react, and you know, it's a big part of tonight.
Talk about Garrett Richards. Stuff-wise, where was he? And tell me a little bit more about that curveball we saw freezing a few hitters up there.
Yeah, you know, he was good tonight. You know, he gave up the 1 run early. You know, that wasn't what he wanted to do, obviously. But, you know, he settled down after that and pitched a great game. You know, he felt his curveball early. He felt it in warm-up. So we broke it out early. We knew they were going to try to be aggressive against him. So we went to the off-speed stuff early, and his curveball was a big part of that.
You're on base a lot when Cole Calhoun is hitting. What has been fun for you to watch with him at the plate as a leadoff hitter?
Watching the ball go out of the stadium and just being able to jog and not having to run fast. First time he made me run too fast. Well, I don't really run fast, but he made me run. The second time I got to jog, so I like seeing that.
Whatever works and whatever makes you smile. Thank you.
Exactly.
Chris Iannetta and the Angels, bottom half of the order today, 5 for 8. Angels Lab coming up, presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Patrick O'Neill will be in the booth real soon.